We look like grasshoppers to their eyes. That is the statement of those who gave the bad report on the 12 spies. And what does that really mean? I mean, they saw sons of Nephilim and, people, potentially along the size of Goliath. And they also lived in walled cities. The chances of victory from those who were on the Exodus weren't great. And however, those on Exodus had a large group size. So, if I'm just looking at it militarily, maybe. But that's not the issue. And this kind of got triggered the other day as I was walking through the store. I went to grab a pizza, and somebody was wearing a shirt saying he was in the Joel 2 army. And I'm thinking, first of all, you're not. And it actually the shirt made me angry, because Christians out there saying, oh, I'm part of the Joel 2 army. They don't even know what the Joel 2 army is. And so let's look at this in context in the two times this will be an issue. We have the first Exodus, we have the second Exodus. We actually have it more than that, because it also happened up through King David. And what this means. First of all, in battle, we don't battle. The members of the military they're just a cleanup crew. They are not there for battle. Because the Creator or the Messiah, I'm not worried about which of the two. It's irrelevant to me. But they deliver the battle. All we do is clean up, to show that we're willing to listen. And if I look back at those who were on the first Exodus, the Torah was not placed on their heart. It was given to them. And did they trust it? And so they had a lot of fear. They didn't have fear of the Creator, which is the only fear we should have. And they see these other walled cities. I think they had a very difficult time. We have a benefit of, one, the Torah being placed on our heart, and two, and much more importantly, we understand and can read all the rules and understand exactly what's going to happen. I mean, there's a little faith component to it, but when you realize who the power is, the Creator, it really eliminates the whole shooting match. Now, are we facing giants when we go back to the land? No. They're the same size we are. However, if I'm looking at it militarily, are they giants? And the answer is absolutely. We might have little pistols, and a couple of us might have some rifles. A couple of us might only have knives. And they have tanks. They have airplanes. They have armored personnel carriers. They have machine guns. A little pistol, mine's a .22 pistol, versus a machine gun or a tank. There's not really much of a comparison. We would look like grasshoppers to them. But we don't deliver the battle. Their tanks can't hurt us. And much more importantly, the voice of the Creator goes in front of the army and eliminates anybody fighting back. There's, battle at least assumes that somebody has a chance, even if a 1% chance of success. There is no battle during the Exodus, because if the Creator is going in front of us, His voice goes in front of us, they're on the ground crying. Just like those in the Exodus when the Ten Commandments were given and the voice is being given to them, And everybody's screaming to say, no, you talk to Moses and Moses will tell us, but if you talk to us, we're going to die. You have to be clean as a soldier. And we see this with David. David wants to be with this woman he has seen on the rooftop taking a bath. He gets her pregnant, and then tries to bring the husband back and sleep with her so he can say, that's your child, raise the child as yours. And the husband says, no, my people are ready for battle. I can't do this. I'm not sleeping with my wife. And we would generally look at that and say, why? But that's Torah. You have to be clean when you go to battle. You have to be clean. Sleeping with your wife would make you unclean. You have to do, after battle, you have to do that red heifer mikvah. You've got to do it on the 3rd and 7th day. And so we have that benefit of knowledge to say, when we go out, His voice is going in front of us. And we can rely upon that. That's an absolute truth. So it doesn't matter what we face. It doesn't matter what we see. It's just, what we're going to see is people on the ground crying. I mean, our Creator even mocks them, saying, why are your great warriors down on the ground crying like a woman who is giving birth? And it's because they can't handle His voice. And again, that's why if you're going out to do battle, you better be clean. You better be clean. Because otherwise that voice is going to put you on the ground. That's also a factor. It's really an interesting issue when we look at when do we go out to battle. As we leave Egypt, we have the first battle with the Amalekites, which will be those from Gaza coming down to attack us from the Palestinians. And it's an interesting issue because that's the only one, that the battle wasn't clear. Moses had to keep his hands up praying for them to win the battle. So that's an actual battle. That's the only battle we have during the Exodus. But what happens after that? We get to Mount Sinai. We're given 10 Commandments. And we sit and wait for a year. Now, I know a lot of people love to sit out and say, he's marrying all of us. Well, that's an interesting thing because if you marry somebody, you aren't able to be sent out for war for a year. We don't go out for a year. We leave at the end of the 2nd month in the 2nd year to start going out to battle. So it's an interesting thing that we sit and wait for that year to kind of pass. I'll leave it at that. But when when you look at Joel, all I keep saying is we have it so easy in this walk because he's given us all those details. All we have to do is look at them. When we know, I may be going out with a small pistol or a pocket knife. And it doesn't matter that I go up against a tank because I'm not the one delivering the battle. All I have to do is take the Creator at His word that He's doing this. It's done. It's an amazing thing.